Welcome back to this month's Good News Show, and this month is a little bit different because April is World Autism Acceptance Month, and for that reason I wanted to mark it in a very special way. So with me, co-hosting this month's video, is my younger brother, Jack. Jack, say hello to everyone. Say, there's going to be people watching this. Say, hope you're good. Hope you're good. Now, Jack's been my best friend for as long as I remember. He's a year younger than me. He's one of the cheekiest, funniest people I know, aren't you? And he's autistic. He's non-verbal for the most part, but he can speak in key words. So if you ask Jack, where do you want to go for food later?
You too.
What does Jack want to eat at the pub?
Cheeseburger chips.
So he wants to eat cheeseburger chips, and I wanted him here today to open up the understanding of what autism can look like, because there seems to be a massive gap of the understanding of autism, and Jack is just one awesome corner of the autism spectrum. Okay, so let's get into it.
April, my
Here's some good news in April you might have missed. 5 lions that were rescued from Ukraine are now safe in England, taking their first ever steps on grass at the Big Cat Sanctuary in Kent. After enduring trauma, neglect and concrete cages and being used for illegal breeding or kept as exotic pets, the lions, Rory, Armani, Lyra, Vanda and Una, are now settling into their new surroundings thanks to £500,000 in public donations as part of a fundraising campaign. Some of the lions, like Una, were just 300 metres from missile strikes, but the newly opened Lion Rescue Centre will now give them a safe home where they can receive specialised care, recover and finally live in peace. And in another win for wildlife this month, after nearly 2 centuries without a confirmed sighting, the world's smallest otter, the Asian small-clawed otter, has been rediscovered in Nepal. Most thought it was extinct, and this first credible sighting since 1839 marks a stunning moment for Nepalese wildlife, giving conservationists a rare second chance to protect this elusive species. I'm going to sprinkle in a few autism-related stories in this video, and for this one, it takes us to Florida. Jack, what else is in Florida? Disney. John Derry from Florida noticed his son Andrew was struggling to find his place in the world. So with his other son Thomas, he bought a failing car wash and transformed it into a place where Andrew and other people with autism would be given the right environment and support to thrive. It's called Rising Tide Car Wash, and about 8% of its employees are on the autism spectrum. It's been built around the needs of the team, with training programs that include clear and repetitive tasks, visual aids and consistent feedback to help them learn and deliver high quality service for customers, and the results have been amazing. Since opening, Rising Tide has expanded to 3 locations in South Florida, increased its customer base from 35,000 to nearly 200,000 people a year, and it ranks higher than industry standards for customer satisfaction. They've hired over 500 individuals with autism, with over half moving on to other employment opportunities thanks to the skills they've learnt. And the business has also created a greater community understanding and acceptance of neurodiversity too. Approximately 85% of adults in the US with autism are unemployed, so Rising Tide hopes to serve as a model showcasing how inclusive hiring practices can lead to massive success for everyone involved. And another group of people were turning redundant spaces into thriving community hubs, this time a bit close to home, down in Bristol. Jack, who lives in Bristol? Emily lives in Bristol. Emily's our sister, and she used to live in Bristol. An empty department store named Debenhams has just been transformed into an indoor skate park called Shreddinhams. Get it? The 6-month pop-up is part of a campaign to help raise awareness and show how derelict spaces can be used in city centres and raise profits to put back into community projects. Shreddinhams is one of 3 parks run by the team. There's also Campus Pool and Campus Park, which focuses heavily on families and specific run sessions for toddlers. They also host women-only sessions, over 40s skate nights and Talk and Skate, a powerful collaboration with men's mental health charity Talk Club, where participants can check in, share how they're feeling, and then skate it out in a supportive space. What's especially great is that the local council has been really collaborative in making this project come to life, so these spaces are not only a credit to the team behind them, but for the whole community who've worked hard to create and get support for these community spaces. As high streets across the UK face rising vacancies, Shreddinhams is a powerful reminder that with a bit of creativity and community backing, empty buildings can be reimagined into places of connection, movement and joy. Now let's pop over to France for this next story. Over in the City of Love, Parisians expressed their own love, or amour should I say, for green spaces, and they voted to pedestrianise and green 500 more streets across the city. This means that when completed, more than 1 in 10 streets in Paris, locally known as green lungs, will be fully pedestrianised. The city is aiming to transform 5 to 7 streets per neighbourhood over the next 3 years, and they want Parisians to have a say in which streets to include in the initiative to maximise support and usage. As part of the same vote, not only will the streets be transformed, but the precincts of Saint Denis and Saint Martin will be converted into green squares. It's all part of an initiative which aims to decrease car usage in order to make way for more walking, cycling and improved air quality. Jack, are more green spaces good or bad?
Good.
Good, exactly. And more good was happening this month in Hungary. Over in Hungary, an NGO launched a campaign to plant 1 tree for every single person in the country. 10 million trees was launched during one of the hottest Julys on record back in 2019. But instead of giving in to despair, the founders decided to respond with action. And so far, they've already planted over 191,000 trees and 40,000 shrubs across 160 locations. The movement is proof that small collective acts can push back against big problems, and in 2024 they even launched Hungary's first ever National Tree Planting Day, bringing communities together across all 8 regions of the country to keep the momentum going. Should every country have a scheme like this? So if you've been enjoying this video so far and want to keep up to date with more good news happening around the planet, Jack, what should people do?
Like and milk crabs.
Exactly. If you're enjoying this, like and subscribe. It really helps spread all the good news instead of the doom and gloom that keeps us living in despair. We need more people spreading hope, so thank you so much for being a part of that. And on that note about people spreading positivity, our next story in the US is about a guy doing just that. Based in California, performer and educator Jerry Turner, aka Jari, is on a mission to make learning more inclusive, fun and engaging for autistic children. It all started back in 2021 when Jerry was working with kids with disabilities and noticed that when he added rhythm and melody to his lessons, the kids started to tune in and connect much better.
50 pennies equals 50 cents. 10 nickels equals 50 cents. 5 dimes equals 50 cents. 2 quarters equals 50 cents.
So we created Jari's World, a vibrant mix of education, music and play, designed to meet children where they're at. His performances weave catchy tunes like this,
Raise your hands in the air if you like green apples. Put your hair down. Raise your hands in the air if you like purple grapes.
with meaningful lyrics helping kids explore everything from math and spelling to emotional intelligence and social skills. Each show is fully customizable, lasting anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, all set in autism-friendly spaces. I literally had his songs in my head all day after watching those videos. What a guy. And empowering and supporting the next generations is crucial in helping to create a better planet. And this month I headed to Germany to meet some of the leading young changemakers who are helping to craft the next ideas changing our planet. In April, I went to Stuttgart in Germany as I heard about an event showcasing some of the best up-and-coming solutions happening across the globe, called Be Visioneers. I met so many amazing young changemakers innovating to help create a better planet, such as Connor.
Hi everyone, my name is Connor Conto. I'm working on a project that's focused on repurposing waste to make functional art. This includes home decorations, furniture, and all kind of cool sculptures and stuff made from waste.
Shannon, who's creating fabric out of the waste of cocoa beans.
Not many people know that in the chocolate production process, only 25% of the cocoa biomass is used. The remaining 75%, which is the cocoa pod husk, is actually dumped or it's incinerated, so that contributes to global carbon and methane emissions.
And Joshua from South Korea, who's creating pavement that can absorb rainwater using coffee waste. You said South Korea drinks the most coffee in the world, that's true?
Yeah, right. According to some journals, South Korea really love coffee. So you love tea, right? Yeah. But we love coffee.
Seeing people from every corner of the globe uniting in a time when powerful companies and individuals are trying to divide us was super inspiring to witness and gave me a lot of hope for the future. Our next story is about a new global record. A staggering 92.5% of all new power capacity added worldwide came from renewable sources in 2024. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, we added 585 gigawatts of new renewable power last year. the highest share of clean energy growth we've ever seen. Solar energy led the charge, adding 452 gigawatts, with China alone contributing over half that amount. Wind power followed with 113 gigawatts, and hydropower saw a strong rebound, especially in countries like Ethiopia, Vietnam and Nepal. Even smaller sources like bioenergy and geothermal continue to grow, along with off-grid solar, helping rural communities power up for the first time. So what does this mean for us? Where more renewables means cleaner air, more stable energy prices, and greater access to electricity, especially in underserved regions. It means fewer power outages, less reliance on imported fossil fuels, and a surge in green jobs too. While this is good news, to stay on track with climate goals, we need even more momentum. So let's hope we see even bigger climate wins over the coming years. And as always, a huge thank you to my patrons for helping me bring these videos to life, and I wanted to do something a little bit different this month. All the revenue generated from this video, whether it's YouTube ads, Patreon memberships or YouTube memberships which I've just set up, is going to be donated to the National Autistic Society. They do amazing work supporting autistic people and their families and advocating for better understanding, awareness and support. And whilst they're based in the UK, their work helps globally to help broaden the understanding of autism everywhere. So if you'd like to support, you can either join my Patreon down below or the membership I just set up on YouTube, or you can donate directly on the National Autistic Society website, which I'll link down below too. And just to be super clear, Patreon and YouTube memberships are monthly, so if you just want to chip in and then dip out, that's completely fine. A one-off donation is amazing still. How many stories have we got left? 2 stories left. Over in Hawaii, old surfboards are being used to create building blocks for new homes. Architecture firm Hawaii Off-Grid is tackling the housing crisis by repurposing polystyrene waste from surfboards and shaping it into durable insulated surf blocks. Unlike traditional insulated concrete forms, which are made from virgin foam, surf blocks are composed of about 85% expanded polystyrene, making them a far more sustainable building material. They offer the same strength and insulation as ICFs, but with a fraction of the environmental impact. The first surf block home in fire-ravaged Lahaina is nearly complete, and it's fire-resistant, termite-proof, and more sustainable than traditional builds. The idea was sparked by dumpsters overflowing with foam waste, a problem across the islands. But now, with help from surf companies and big box retailers, that waste is being diverted from landfills and turned into housing, cutting costs and helping to support local communities. And our final story is about an unlikely hero down in the beautiful countries of Ethiopia and Tanzania. Well, let me introduce you to Carolina, an Africa giant pouched rat who retired last month after helping stop nearly 400,000 tuberculosis cases by sniffing out infection. Rats have a keen sense of smell, which allows them to detect the bacteria associated with tuberculosis in phlegm samples from infected patients. To give you some idea, their sense of smell is so strong that they could detect 1 drop of chlorine in a space as big as 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools. For each TB positive patient that can seek treatment after detection by a rat, it's estimated that 10 to 15 more people are prevented from contracting the disease. The use of rats like Carolina has increased the detection rate of TB in Ethiopia and Tanzania by 40%, with the equivalent microscope test only being 20 to 40% accurate. Now Carolina can take a much deserved retirement. That's it for this month's Good News Roundup, and if you made it here, thank you so much, not just for watching, but also for opening your mind a little bit today, and for being part of a world where people like my brother Jack are understood better and celebrated for exactly who they are. We genuinely need more people like you in the world. So if you want to keep hearing more good news that's helping to shape a better future, what should people do? Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next month for more good news stories. Okay, Jack, say bye.
Bye, good day.
Bye, have a good day. You did so well. You did so well.
Yeah.
You have Little Miss Magic back now. Okay, Jack's off. Honestly, thank you so much for watching, and it means the world to me that people like yourself are patient with people with autism, because some people aren't the same as us, and I just think we want to... I get emotional talking about it, but just yeah, just like kindness. It feels like the world needs a lot more kindness now than there is, and just if you're here still at this point in the video, you're one of those kind individuals, so I just want to extend my love out to you and appreciate you, and yeah, just say thanks so much for being a part of this journey, and just keep watching and spreading the good news. Alright, bye.